Happy Valentine's Day, Deadheads! An arrow from Yoshi's Cupid's bow landed right into two of the new heroes and made some changes to their balance. Not long after our last episode released, Celeste and Apollo got a mixed bag of adjustments, and Valve snuck a secret addition into the game by revamping Deadlock's tutorial. You'll find the new tutorial in the hideout by this chair, of course. After searching for a game, you'll find yourself as Seven in an updated testing environment, mocking an early lane fight. It'll quickly give you the rundown of the game's movement and curiosity shop buying mechanics, alongside throwing you into a short 2v2 matchup against bots to teach newer players how to dip their toes into the deep end of the pool that is Deadlock. After completing the tutorial, it'll now recommend that you try out a few games of Street Brawl, a great way to help newer players learn the game. But with the tutorial talk aside, let's rescope and focus our attention on tonight's hero changes. As always, welcome to Patch Notice. I'm your host, Jacky Powers, and we'll be checking out February 14th's balance patch for Deadlock. Cutting through the noise first, it's Apollo, our latest and last addition to the game from the Old Gods New Blood update. He's had two smaller adjustments in tonight's patch. Weapon-wise, his sword, the Pride of Ixia, saw its bullet damage growth being improved from 0.6 to 0.75, garnering a reasonable DPS boost over the course of a game to his base attack damage. Do swords have bullets? Who really knows, but Apollo certainly does. Flawlessly advancing from his weapon buff as he chases down Celeste, let's check out his AP upgrade change to Flawless Advance. The Tier 2 investment reward will now grant you increased bullet resistance whilst performing the hold and lunge of the attack. Effectively, you'll now have a huge bonus of 60% bullet resistance during the lunge and charge up period. I guess he's been building up his resistances to bigger bullets by being shot by smaller caliber ones. A smart plan. With Apollo feeling very strong but mechanically a bit more tricky for new players, his win rate was not looking as dominant as other heroes that were released inside of this voting event, so I guess the data Valve have to play with shows he needed some improvements here. What are your thoughts on the Ixian anime protagonist? Let us know down below. Dropping down from Apollo though, we arrive at Celeste. Our show-stopping unicorn saw some adjustments and nerfs in tonight's update, so let's run right at them. Firstly, they did decide to take a stab at a slight rebalance to the more overpowered nature of her movement passive, but it's not entirely been gutted. The innate ability to glide through the air and control her air strafing far better than other members of the cast still remains. They've instead just focused on her overall air acceleration, reducing it from 25% to 18%. The negative 20% gravity and plus 50% air control remains, but her air acceleration has gone down by a fair margin in reality. Galloping away from the movement side of things though, her weapon was also adjusted, retuning the distribution of her bullet damage per boon, going from a rate of 25 plus 0.4 per boon to 18 plus 0.6 per boon. Boons, of course, being Deadlock's level system, for those of you that aren't in the know. And to those newer players that have started watching Patch Notice, thanks for joining us here at Dead Air. Don't forget to subscribe for the highest quality Deadlock content from myself and Daisy. We also saw Light Eater get a swap with the AP investment rewards. Her Tier 1 and Tier 2 have been switched around in regards to the Spirit Lifesteal and cooldown reduction. Tier 1 will now give you a 15% Spirit Lifesteal increase, and the Tier 2 will grant you the minus 10 seconds of cooldown reduction, allowing more self-sustaining early on in the laning phase whilst reducing the spam of the ability. Light aside though, Radiant Daggers also saw a few changes. Firstly, its base damage was toned down by 5 points. In the previous patch, Radiant Daggers went down from 65 damage to 60, now down to 55 in tonight's update, so a further 5 damage taken away. With the sheer amount of these that she can cast inside of a single fight due to the ability charges, this seems fair to me. To counter this though, we saw the cooldown reduction being increased, so you'll be able to cast Radiant Daggers 3 seconds quicker now. This Tier 2 AP upgrade cooldown increase has been brought up from minus 12 seconds off the cooldown to minus 15 seconds. Lastly then, for Celeste, we saw some changes and tweaks to the mechanical side of Shining Wonder, her ultimate. The orb of please get away from me teammates, I beg you. It's had its bounce speed toned down a little bit, and this should allow more time for you and your team to communicate and attempt to create enough space to stop the next bounce. Remember, just shout social distancing and split away from each other as quick as you can when when you see it coming. Lastly then, the new air glide mechanic that was added in yesterday's update was proving to be very overpowered, with players infinitely gliding across the entire cursed apple. You'll now be falling from the sky after a decent length of time with the float active, still allowing you to hold the ability and make benefit of this air glide to line up the skill shot, but not having unlimited glide from it. If you didn't know, by the way, holding the cast will allow you to keep the ultimate primed before choosing when to cast it. You don't just have to press the key and instantly fire out the orb. Keep this in mind. And with that said, there you have it. Another minor update, with Apollo getting some little buffs and Celeste seeing some kneecapping. Horseshoe capping, perhaps? Unsure. I'll workshop that one and get back to you. But that's it for Patch Notice, thanks to our amazing YouTube members, of course, who are featured on screen now. You can also have your name in the credits of Patch Notice too, by joining our members program and becoming a Deadhead today. It really helps out myself and Daisy doing this full time. Don't forget to like and subscribe and comment your thoughts on tonight's patch. That's it for today though, so get back out there. I've been your host Jacky Powers, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.